rumors circulated about a service of a search warrant or a search being conducted in the home of Representative Paulo Duterte, son of former President Rodrigo Duterte. It happened early in the afternoon of April 1st. As a result of the circulating rumors, a crowd gathered outside of the house of Congressman Duterte and remained there until the early morning hours of April 2, when the crowd finally dispersed. According to Congressman Duterte, the reason for the circulation of the rumors was because it was announced by a local vlogger. And as a result, the word of it spread and people proceeded, as has been the practice lately, for people to stand guard and protect Congressman Duterte's house, or at least uh, the repercussions of a search being made at such a time. The Davao City Police officially denied reports of a search warrant being served or applied for against the Davao City representative. Despite the rumors and unconfirmed reports, the police stated that no such operation was warranted, though supporters gathered near his home. The reason for the police to state that the operation was not warranted or not cleared is because the service of a search warrant requires coordination by the searching party with the local police or the police of the police station nearest or part of the district where the warrant is to be served. Right? So absent this coordination, there is a lot of danger that can be presented because of that failure. So in many instances, almost all cases, the services of search warrants or warrants of arrest in certain police districts must be coordinated with the nearest police station or the police station with jurisdiction over the area where the warrants are to be served. Because of this, the PNP, having no such knowledge of any service of warrant, has made the announcement that there is no operation scheduled nor coordinated, and no such search warrant is being served by the PNP itself. However, in the speech or in the interview of Congressman Duterte with Alvin and Tourism, he indicated that he suspects that if a warrant is in fact being served, it would most likely be, well, he did not say this directly, please take note. He did not say this directly, but he alluded to a certain person who is Matibay, who in all likelihood will be in charge of such operations, or that the service of such a warrant or the securing of such a warrant may have been the workings of this person who had once been a part of but later rejected by the Duterte administration. I am not quite sure about the term rejected, no, but there was an illusion that a person who is no longer trusted by the former president would no longer get the opportunity to work with or in proximity with him, and that this person may have an axe to grind. Furthermore, this person allegedly has been appointed and is now connected with and associated with the current administration. Now, in all likelihood, yes, usually where there is smoke, there is fire. In many instances where the service of a search warrant is preempted by public knowledge, many instances, the search is no longer conducted, nor will it proceed. Now, since a search warrant is only valid for 10 days, if a searching or raiding party, as they sometimes are referred to, would like to proceed with the operation, they may need to secure a second warrant if the first one has lapsed. However, they will have to explain to the court that issued the warrant why the first warrant had not been executed. If the element of surprise is a necessary aspect of such a search, then the court might allow a second warrant to be issued. However, the same remains within the sound discretion of the court. Now, in the context of the current political situation, Congressman Paulo Duterte has expressed his opinion that this is possibly part, or we may consider it as possibly part of an ongoing and continuing harassment conducted by the administration. To be fair, a lot of people do believe that. And again, to be fair, the number of times that a warrant is supposed to have been issued to search premises of the the Duterte family, yun, leads us to believe that this cannot be an accident or a coincidence. What is the saying? Once it's a coincidence, once it's reasonable, two, it's a coincidence, three, it's a human act. So, three times it's a human act. Now, while we will not refer specifically to the person alluded to by Congressman Duterte, there are reasons why he did not specifically name that person. It bears watching that in the next few months, there is a good possibility that this particular event could be repeated over the course of time, all the way possibly until the end of 2026 or on towards 2027, depending on how the political winds will blow. John Paul says, ang dapat i-search ang bahay ni Tamba at ang Aguado Malacanang. I beg your pardon, what is Aguado Malacanang? The canals? Hi, good evening kay Jamal. Thank you very much to the TikTokers. I hope you are well. Zer Res says it could be a dog, most likely the coward that wet his pants. I have no idea who you're talking about. So again, there is no public record of a search warrant being issued or, there's no public record of a search warrant being served or any operation pertaining thereto being conducted yesterday, April 1st. The basis for the announcement of such a search, we still are not sure. We know that it was made by a vlogger, and we have no reason to question yet the sincerity of that person. So in the meantime, I think it would be best for Congressman Duterte's neighbors to remain vigilant. However, I would like to point this out. The response of the neighbors and supporters of Congressman Duterte is very heartwarming because they responded immediately. And, you can see the willingness to help out in this particular case. The way I see it is that all the way until elections of 2028, this sort of bayanihan will intensify. We understand, however, that this is characteristic of Davaoenos in general. May alam po ba kayo sa lumalabas na hidwaan kila Jing Paras at Attorney Vic and Senator Bongo? Really, not really. I'm not aware of the origins. I'm only aware that there is some kind of friction going on. As we mentioned yesterday, there are allusions to Senator Bongo, but I am not quite sure of the specifics. So normally what I would advise is for us to wait until there's more specific information. However, many of us did point out that when it comes to defending the former president, and in fact, defending the vice president and the other members of the Duterte family, some people do not feel that Senator Bongo has lived up to it. He has the opportunity to rectify that. Di ba? Pwede pa niyang baguhin yung impression na yon. Maaga pa naman. Pero yun lang po ang objective na nakikita ko sa ngayon. Ang nakikita natin ay si Senator Robin, si Senator Bato, umariba naman sila pagdating dito sa pagpoprotekta at pagsasalita para sa proteksyon and pabor sa dating Pangulo. Kasama din dyan yung mga efforts ni Senator Amy at ni Senator Marcoleta. So ito yung mga nakikita ko talaga masisipag, tuloy-tuloy ang pagdidepensa sa ating dating Pangulo at sa mga magkakapatid na Duterte. At kasama na rin ang ibang mga pamilya nila na nakikita natin nakikilahok din sa politika. Sabi ni Marilyn, everyday watching, learning a lot from your explanation. Salute you a lot. Sana maging senador ka. Para sa bansa, tagapagtanggol ng mamamayan. Agbiag iti amyanan, Solid Duterte from South Korea. Kamusta ang weather dyan? Sabi ni Amazona, Amy cannot be trusted. Be that as it may, I assume that many of us feel that in various degrees, a little, a lot. So, but what we can objectively say is that she has done her part in supporting VP Inday as well as in the cause of former President Duterte. Halimbawa, yung pag-hold ng Senate hearing, naitukoy tuloy kung sino yung mga taong involved dyan at yung fact na pinagplanuhan ito. Na-reveal din yung impormasyon tungkol dun sa tao na sumama kay PRD doon na ngayon ay isang opisyalis na sa Department of Transportation. So, may post po dito, no, hindi po totoo. Okay si former Executive Secretary Medialdea, wag po kayong maniniwala doon sa peking balita na kumakalat na siya po ay wala na dito sa mundong ito. Maayos po siya, pero nasa ospital siya na ang pagkakaintindi ko ay inoperahan siya. Pero okay po siya. Nakapag-text pa nga sa akin nag-happy birthday. Kaya, no, pero that was days ago, birthday ko noon. So, maagang-maaga nakita yung isa siya sa unang nag-text. So, wag po kayong mabahala, siya po ay nasa mabuting kalagayan as far as we can see. Kung may nagreklamo, yung investigador ba, nag-iimbestiga o nagkaroon ba ng intel bago pumunta ng kote o maglabas ng warrant to search at saan yung nangyari yung report? Parang hindi ko po naiintindihan ang katanungan ninyo. Ang dami pong kasama, pakiayos po. Sabi ni Strictly, still racking my brain. Sino yung tinutukoy ni Kong Pulong? Regardless, time will tell kung sino tong bumaliktad na taong to. Ay, hindi nyo pa ba naintindihan yung part na matibay yung taong yon? Buti na lang talaga mabilis nakapag-organize sa mga tao behind Kong Duterte. Tingin ko talagang ganun ang mga Dabawenyos. Handa na ipagtanggol yung taong mga nararapat. Sabi ni Rain, totoo po ba yung isang dating congressman na governor na ngayon naputulan ng paa due to a motor accident? Hindi ko pa po na itutukoy yung taong yon. So, intayin po natin yung specifics nun. Hi kay Nanay Dal. Thank you kay Raquel Olandesca. Hi Ma'am Alice. Hi kay Jel De Castro na nasa Tel Aviv. Kamusta po kayo? The last time po kayo nag-comment dito, nasa shelter kayo. Ano ba yun? Tama ba? Kamusta naman po dyan? Kamusta mga kababayan natin dyan? Ma'am Buena says, thank God, fake news. Opo, opo. Alam nyo, yung mga ganyang klaseng balita, hindi po yan, mahirap po yan itago. Lalabas at lalabas yan. So, huwag po kayong mag-alala. Marireport din po ng mainstream kung sakasakaling may mga ganun na pangyayari. So, huwag po, I think yung mga ganyang post, talagang pinapasama lang yung loob nyo. Totoo po bang may resulta na sa habeas corpus ba yun? Wala pa po. Magkakaroon po ng oral argument doon sa kaso ng GAA na i-final ni Nakong Ungab. So, baka medyo nalilito lang kayo. So, sa ngayon, wala pa po tayong nakikitang balita tungkol dun sa habeas corpus. Alam niyo, Sir Perlito, hindi ko talaga binabanggit yung pangalan ng tao. When a search warrant is released, and yung volunteers ay pumasok din sa loob to ensure walang tanim evidence, can they be legally asked to leave? Well, ganito yon. Ang talagang magpapaalis sa kanila ay normally yung homeowner. Kasi si Ilustrado to bumalik at sabi DDS na din daw siya. Anyway, normally, ang nagde-determine kung sino ang papasok o lalabas sa isang tahanan ay yung homeowner o yung authorized representative niya. Gayunpaman, kung ang operasyon ng pag-serve ng warrant ay makakaantala sila, then makikita natin na ito'y na maaaring i-exclude sila ng PNP or kung sino man ang law enforcement agency na sa kanila na nag-execute ng warrant. Bakit galit na galit sila sa mga Duterte? Sino po? Sino po yung sila? Sabi ni Bong Fincalero, regarding Senator Amy, I'm glad that she stays supportive of VP Sara. For me, it looks like she has become a mediator and pacifier, thereby avoiding total chaos in the country. Actually, tingin ko, agitator na rin siya eh. Halimbawa, itong mga sinabi niya na, ano nga, inuupakan siya ng, inuupakan si VP Sara nitong mga ng pamilya niya. So, medyo, medyo mabigat yun. Kasi she's speaking against her own family. Sabi ni Toga, may pakiramdam ka po ba kung sinong tandem ni VP Inday? Posible ba na si Pulong? Actually, sa ngayon, kahit sino pa pwede posible. Pero hindi natin alam. Sinasabi niya kasi na mayroon na siyang nakausap, hindi pa po umuoo yung taong yun, kinoconsider pa niya. So, wala pa po tayong naririnig na meron siyang, yung kumbaga, yung pangalan ng kung sino man ang kanyang napupusuan para sa pagkabise niya. Sabi ni Kai, sabi ni Lolo, people power lang makakagawa paalis sin ang admin. Okay, well, there's that. Pero meron din pong eleksyon sa 2028. So, para sa akin, lahat yan available. Sa ngayon, ang kailangan na lang is ma-execute yan. Sabi ni Berting, ikakampanya ka namin, ma'am, for senator. Salamat po. Sabi ni Ma'am Kai, grabe mahal ng bilihin, sahod, sakto lang para mabuhay. Buti ma'am kayo, sakto, yung iba hindi kaya. Sabi ni Jel, kahapon daw 11 times nag-siren sa Tel Aviv kasi po holiday ng Israel today. 2 times pa lang ng madaling araw. Not to jinx, pero tahimik po maghapon today. Thank you. Nako, sana matatili kayong ligtas. Pamilyar po ba kayo kay Eloy Burgis? What is your assessment of Eloy Burgis' vlogging style, particularly in terms of his method of presentation, use of language, and its impact on his audience as well on the broader discourse in social media? I will not presume to evaluate a fellow vlogger. Parang napaka-presumido ko naman. I think that the number of people na tumatangkilik sa kanyang vlog mahalaga bilang pagkikilatis na nga ng ordinaryong mamamayan sa kalidad ng kanyang pagbablog. Maraming may gusto dun sa style niya. And he is tama ba yun? Baka na-misgender ko siya. She is very entertaining. So, para sa akin kasi, hindi naman natin kailangan kilatisin ng lahat. Para sa akin, ang gumagawa ng choice na yan ay yung audience. Nagka-criticize ako only in instances na nagre-require ng criticism. Sa ngayon, hindi ko po nakikita na kailangan siyang i-call out or anything like that. Okay naman ako kasi ang dami niyang napapasaya ng mga tao, maraming na-entertain. So, hindi kailangan magkomento doon sa kanyang paggamit ng yung kanyang style. Para sa akin, simple lang kung naiintindihan ka, nagiging effective ka. So, yan po ang talagang point ng communications. Pero kung ang tanong niyo ay broader discourse, I don't think yun yung pakay niya. Ang pakay niya is magbigay ng impormasyon and in the process, mag-entertain. So, wag po natin i-judge siya based on standards na wala naman siyang intention na abutin. Nakakapagtaka lang bakit maglalagay ang mga Duterte ng illegal na armas. Alam naman nila simula pa lang pinag-iinitan na sila at ginigipit. Hindi ba sila nag-iisip, halata paninira lang? Totoo yan. I agree. Kung yun po ang hinahanap, pero hindi tayo sigurado ano ba talaga ang pakay nitong mga to kung sakasakaling mayroong search warrant, para saan? So makikita lang po natin yan, yung pakay na yan, kung ma-execute yung search. Sabi ni Ma'am Rain, wala naman daw inaaway si Eloy kundi yung huwad na kapatid niya. O, yun naman pala Kaya nga, para sa akin, hindi ko kailangan kilatisin siya. Para sa akin, effective siya kung nade-deliver yung impormasyon at naiintindihan ng mga listeners niya. And in the process, nakaka-entertain din siya na nalilibang yung mga nanonood sa kanya. Okay lang yun. Para sa akin nga, yung rise of the Duterte vloggers noong 2016, 2015 and to 2016 hanggang sa umabot nga na ipanalo si Rodrigo Duterte bilang pangulo, ang nakikita natin dito ay yung effective communications doesn't necessarily require either nag-straight English ka or straight whatever language or, any particular style. Pagdating dito sa social media, ang hinahanap ng mga tao, relevant information at saka yung intelligible. Mas may bonus pa if you speak the people's language. So, yun po, para sa akin, wala akong masamang tinapay. And sometimes nga, I can catch her live. Pero bihira po kasi usually in the daytime, work, tapos paggabi, ganito. Hi kay Kilua. Sabi niya, thank you po sa ginagawa ninyo para sa bayan. God bless po, DDS from Canada. I like that. Ma'am Awi, sabi niya mukhang team replay ako sa unang parts. Good evening everyone. Hi Miss Myra. Ayun, sabi ni Jel, hala, kakasabi lang daw niyang tahimik maghapon, ayan, nag-warning na. Baba muna kami sa shelter. Yes, ma'am, ingat po. Ay, sabi ni Tatay Strauss Fernandez, truth be told, other than his profound loyalty to PRD, SBG is not really known as a leader nor a genuine public servant. Here in Davao, his generosity almost always demands reciprocity. This part, no need to read that up. He is also one of the main characters in the cabal. Sorry, but I read it anyway. In the cabal that discouraged VPISD when she decided against running for the top post in 2022. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. Hi, Miss Marie. It's going well. Thank you very much. Sino daw yung congressman na namatay na hindi pinaalam para hindi daw magaya kay Akop na nabash? Mag-check tayo, ha? Wala Yung pinaka-recent, yan lang. Wala po kasi akong nababalita. I'm aware that there are rumors, pero wala po akong nababalita na after kong Akop meron na. Sabi ni Joshua, it's not just about campaigning for you in future elections. We're also willing to support through fundraising and donations to help you reach the Senate. We need another Miriam in the Senate. I don't think that I reach that standard. Someone who genuinely wants to serve the Filipino people, and we believe that person is you, Ma'am, DDS from Canada. Thank you very, very much. And I hope that I will continue to deserve your faith and confidence. I need to be absolutely sure if ever I do run. So allow me to kumbaga, gather the courage to do that and be sure. Kasi kung papasukin rin lang naman natin yan, dapat sure na ba? Hi kay Army in Action. Sabi ni Strictly, at ngayon may mga murmurs na rin na KOJC. Yes, this is another thing. Is anytime soon susugurin na din ng mga pulis. Wonder ano namang kasong gagamitin nila. Well, generally, di ba, instruments or the object of a crime. So, there are rumors that are being mentioned here in the comment section about former Congressman Johnny Pimentel and current Congressman JJ Suarez. So Congressman Suarez is a current congressman. So if the rumor is a former congressman, that won't be him. Thank you, Ms. Marichu. Is Attorney Luena really genuine in helping VP Sara? Di ba pink siya? Yes, and she does say na pink siya. Hindi niya itinatago 'yon. But she believes in VP Sara. So yun yung sinasabi niya. So that's really up to you to decide what you think, if she's credible and if she's worthy of the vote. Thank you, Sir Paul. Vicente says, magnilay-nilay tayo ngayong Holy Week. Hilingin natin sa Diyos ang kapatawaran para sa ating kasalanan. Kabilang ang pagkakapaniwala ko kay BBM noong 2022 elections. Isa ito sa malalaking pagkakamali na nagawa ko na naapektuhan sa ating bayan at sa kapwa ko Pilipino. Malamang katulad ni Aimee, hihingi talaga ako ng tawad sa Diyos niyan. Hi kay Romulo Gutierrez, nakahabol daw siya at lagi siyang nag-aabang dito. Ikaw ang isa sa mga nagtatanggol kay Digong. Nakakamiss, no? Sabi ni Discovery Beauty, I think okay naman si Madam Rowena para may pang-balance at mag-criticize pag may something sa gobyerno. I think na tutol kasi sa kanya si Attorney Topacio, para sa akin, healthy naman din yung discussion tungkol dyan. Kumbaga, o sige, di kini-question ni na Attorney Topacio itong si Attorney Bing, ito naman si na Attorney Vic, kini-question naman nila yung, ano ba yan, kung karapat-dapat si Senator Bongo na tangkilikin natin, kumbaga. Naghihintay ako ng mas laganap pa na diskusyon. Pero wag natin silang i-shut up, pakinggan muna natin. Kung di tayo sang-ayon, pwede naman. Di sige, hindi tayo sang-ayon. Pero ang mahalaga, marinig din muna natin. Kailan kaya voters registration sa OFW? Sa Japan kasi ako dati naka-register, nasa UK na ako now. I-contact nyo po yung pinakamalapit ninyong, yung inyong embassy o consulate. What is your take on the Sara Marcoleta ticket? Can it still secure the support of the INC given that their members are prohibited from running for higher public office? I'm not sure about that last rule, pero for me, it is too early to have a take. Kasi I'm more on the efficiency side. Why should I waste any effort giving this an evaluation if there is no reasonable expectation yet? The VP has already made it clear she has made a choice. That choice has not agreed yet, so everything is up in the air. As for securing the support of the INC, well, that will still be up to the church. They will make a determination on that. We're going to have to wait for such a decision to be made by the church hierarchy. So for me, even and as with the vice president, it is too early to be discussing who the running mate is because nga nobody is the clear pick as of now. So kasi masyadong hypothetical and kawawa naman si Senator Marcoleta. It's like this if Senator Marcoleta shows himself to be an early favorite, he will be the target of a lot of negative publicity. And I want to protect the possible VP choices from that kind of a response. Ma'am Marices, embassy po kami sa California at dual citizen kayo if US citizen kayo. Wala naman pong ganun. Sabi ni Herman Pilla, nagsalita na naman si Senator Marcos, sign po ba yan na medyo nababahala siya na di siya imbitado magsalita dun sa Davao? Wala naman pong ganun na pagtutukoy, sir. Sabi ni Strictly, sa ngayon ang stance ko kung concretely at officially na-declare ni VP Sara support niya, then that candidate will be top priority. Kung wala pa, then out of sight, out of mind ang take ko. Oo, maganda yan. Sabi ni Min Baguette, I almost believed Attorney Guanzon but hearing Attorney Topacio's side, but ayaw niya kay Attorney Guanzon. Parang naaamoy kong another Rizzo Hontiveros siya. Mukhang magkaka-second book si VP Sara about friendship. Grabe. Well, para sa akin nga, I'm still keeping an open mind on that one. Ako kasi, matagal ko nang kilala si Attorney Bing. Since law school pa. Hindi kami close, even then. Pero, kumbaga, I'm willing to listen to all sides kasi kumakandidato ito for a national position, di ba? Mabuti na yung wala tayong surprises. Pero kung sa tingin niyo, in spite of what Attorney Topacio says, that she could possibly be a good senator, despite all that, then para sa akin, go pa rin, boto pa rin. Kasi yung how we make choices like this is complicated. Hindi naman tayo yung type na absolutely just one thing will make you leave a person. Para sa akin, it's an accumulation. For instance, this person makes good choice, good choice, good choice, bad choice. Will I allow that single bad choice to color my entire perspective? Isipin ko, hindi, marami namang instances na, na okay siya. So, okay, good choice, good choice, good choice. Yikes! Anong ginawa mo? Ganyan. I think we should continue to keep an open mind. But for now, kung hindi persuasive po yung sinasabi ni Attorney Topacio, no need to change your mind. Sabi ni John, for now, I will listen to Mama Bing. Mama Bing? Parang, huh? She's consistent, anti-Marcos, pero pagdating sa boto, I will only vote for her if VP Inday endorses her. That's a good one. That's a good one. Legal books ni Attorney Guanzon. I think that she wrote about procedure. Baka mabore kayo. Not bore. It's if it's the yung strictly on law and all that, it might require some basic knowledge first. Hi kay Ate Papua New Guinea. Maraming salamat po sa inyong tulong. Okay, tapos patingin nga kung mayroon tayong para dun sa mga nanonood sa lahat ng iba't ibang mga platform natin, wag po natin kakalimutan like, share, follow, and subscribe. Okay, next. Di ba mas okay na yellow si Attorney Bing at nasa panig natin? It's an addition. That's a good way of looking at it. Pero kasi, kung hindi naman siya nagbago, baka later on, yung politics might be problematic for us. O halimbawa, ito, alam natin, pink yan. Pink na pink. Kunwari lang hindi siya yung pinag-uusapan ko. Pero, meron tayong mga nakikita, supportado nila si VP Inday and all that. We still have to weigh it. Kasi what if later on, yung pinkness niya sasabay siya dun sa boto ni Bam Aquino? Yung mga ganun ba? So, hindi rin natin sure. Ang para sa kanya, simple lang. Si VP Sara lang ang kanyang ini-endorso. Pero yung panig ng DDS, hindi tayo sigurado. Kung okay lang sa inyo yan, by all means, go ahead and vote for her. If not, then tuloy-tuloy ang pagkikilati sa kanya. Kung impeachment laban sa COMELEC officials, edi sa House pa rin po. Hindi naman pinagkaiba ng impeachment na yan doon sa impeachment ni VP at saka ni Pangulo. Sana makasama ka sa senatorial ni VP Sara. I wouldn't hold my breath. Pero maraming salamat po kasi nagtitiwala kayo sa kapasidad ko. Ako yung hindi nagtitiwala sa sarili ko. Ano nangyayari? Bakit puro senadora sa Senate lang ang kinikwento ninyo dito? Kung maging senadora po kayo, sana po maisabatas ang universal salary. Gusto ko po yun. Sabi ni Sammy, I would consider politics is addition, but with principles. Also a good choice. Sabi ni Mids, hi po, question lang po. Ba't po walang immunity ang vice, but president lang po? Curious po. Because the president is the one that makes a majority of decisions. The vice president does not have any duties other than to wait for the president to be incapacitated so he or she can replace him. So, kumbaga, walang maaantala na operasyon, mga desisyon, mga utos, hindi na i-interrupt yung term ng leadership pagka sa vice president kasi nga minimal yung kanyang duties. Sabi ni Ma'am Marie, opo, sana po kasama ka sa lineup kasi di ka balimbing nasubaybayan po kita. Marami kasi, sa totoo lang, maraming mga loyalista, akala nila na lumipat ako to the Dutertes. Ang hindi nila alam is that matagal na akong pro-Duterte at isa sa reasons nga na buong buo yung pagtangkilik ko doon sa kandidatura ni BBM ay dahil nga sa endorsement ni VP Inday. Mahirap naman na magiging kalahok ka doon or nakikisama ka doon sa kampanya, hindi ka naman bilib doon sa tao. So pero yun nga, maraming nagulat na in fact doon sa comment section sa sa Bilyonaryo doon sa The Spokes. Sabi nung isa, narinig niya ang sinabi ko, I'm Attorney Trixie Cruz Angeles, former press secretary of the Marcos administration. May nag-comment, galit na galit. Sinabi mo na press secretary ka, ang kapal ng mukha mo. Sino ka ba? Hindi ka naman na... Pinagtatawanan siya. So there's some people talaga who did not understand what the job entailed. Kilala po yan sa amin po sa Negros Occidental, ang family ni Attorney Guanzon, lalo na father niyan si Judge Sixto Guanzon and her mother, Elvira Guanzon. Oo, nag-mayor pa nga si Attorney Guanzon dun sa bayan niya eh. Hi. Sabi ni Rain, dapat po immunity ng presidente sa kanya lang, di kasama first family. Hindi naman talaga kasama, ma'am. But VP Sara endorsed Senator Risa and same with Bongbong Marcos. Senator Risa? Uy, hindi ah. Kailan niya inendorso yan? Teka, check natin yan ha. As far as I know, hindi. She would never have kasi nga komunista yan, di ba? No. Some people are saying, some of the news items are saying, did Sarah inadvertently endorse? So it was not intentional. It's the way lang people are interpreting something she said. So yun, no? Sarah downplays new impeachment laps and hits Lisa. So hindi po. Check natin yung news article ha. Good evening, Ma'am Gracia. Ayan, no? Akbayan lacks the credibility to endorse or file an impeachment complaint. Their leader has repeatedly publicly stated her intention to run for president, a clear indication of the political motive behind her actions. So, alam niyo kung sino yung nagsabi na inendorso siya ni VP Inday? Si Ronald Llamas. So, wag po kayong maniniwala dyan. Hindi po totoo na inendorso ni VP Sara si Risa Hontiveros. Sabi ni Kilua, dapat po wini-welcome natin, tama naman to, yung mga dating kakamping sa DDS camp. It will help boost VP Sara in 2028. Pero I think po ma'am, yung reason is, sinasabi ng mga tao, hindi naman siya tumawid. Hindi siya dating kakamping. Current kakamping siya who likes VP Sara. Gusto niya yung leadership style ni VP. So it isn't that. Yes, sabi ni Rocking, kapag incapacitated ang president at VP ang pumalit, immune na po ba ang VP? Yes. Sabi ni Ma'am Gracia, kahit ako kay VP, never ako magiging chummy sa mga taong puro criticism. Chinek ko dito, okay. No. Walang ganon. Yung sinasabi ninyo na humingi siya ng endorsement at pinagbigyan, wala po. Walang lumilitaw. Marunong po ba akong magbisaya? Very little po, pero naiintindihan ko. Kulit kasi, pag parating yung kasama si Attorney Ahmed, natututo kayo. Sabi ni Bag, nasabi ni VP Sara nung budget hearing na nagmakaawa si Risa sa kanya, kaya nag-help siya. Nung pumunta siya sa Davao, you mean? So, ang lumalabas kasi dito ay yung presidency niya. Okay, balikan natin si Ma'am. But VP Sara endorsed Senator Risa and same with Bongbong Marcos. You mean, VP Sara, ano bang endorsed? Endorsed ba o tinulungan niya mag-campaign? Kasi ang pagkaalala ko niyan ay lumapit si Senator Risa sa kanya sa Davao noon para makapagkampanya siya. So, tumulong siya. Pero I don't think, hindi siya endorsement. Kasi nga, maraming lumapit. In fact, ang kwento ni VP Inday is marami sa kanila, sa mga dilaw, ang humingi ng tulong o humihingi parati ng tulong sa kanila pag nasa Davao sila para tulungan silang magkampanya. Kahit ayaw ko po kay Chavit Singson, pero since in-endorse po siya ni VP to win in the 2028 elections, kaya gusto ko na lang muna siya because of it po. Suporta na rin po yan kay VP. What quality in governance of President Bongbong Marcos do you believe is most admirable and worth praising? Wala. Wala nga akong nakikita na quality at all in governance. Wala. And no, I am not going to be tricked or finagled into making any kind of positive comment on his leadership. All I can see right now is a continuing failure of governance. The failure to plan, the failure to anticipate here on these issues alone already condemn his leadership. Ano pa kaya yung mga pinangako niya na hindi naman niya tinupad? At yung iba na mga pinangako niya na alam niyang hindi niya kayang tuparin. That is, that's deceit. That's malice. Sabi ni Ma'am Marie, remind ko lang sarili ko, nung pina-follow po kita during FPRD's term, may position po kayo doon eh. Kaya na-follow kita since then, di po nagbago ang pag-support mo sa mga Dutertes. Actually, consultant lang po ako sa opisina o sa tanggapan ni ASEC Moca nung time ni Presidente Duterte. Pero pinagpala po ako na payagan na mag-interview sa kanya. Nung umpisa ng kanyang pagkapangulo, or actually 2017 na, bali unang taon ng kanyang pagkapangulo at sa huling 2 buwan ng kanyang pagkapresidente. Sabi ni Ma'am Rona, wala, same tayo attorney, wala talagang nakitang positive kay BBM. Lalong-lalo na sa kapanuhunan ngayon. Noong umpisa, nakikita ko sincere pa talaga siya. Gusto niya talaga na tuparin ang kanyang mga katungkulan bilang Pangulo. Pero habang tumatagal ang panahon, nakikita ko na yung mga kahinaan na nakita ko nung umpisa ay lumaki ng lumaki na. Yung pagpapaubaya ng ilang mahahalagang desisyon, halimbawa katulad nitong desisyon kung anong gagawin sa krisis sa langis, pinaubaya. Ang hindi niya yata naiintindihan ay ibawat araw na pinauubaya ang aksyon para matulungan ang mga mamamayan natin sa pagtataas ng presyo, bunga ng pagtataas ng presyo ng petrolyo, ay nakaka-setback sa atin, naaantala ang ating development. Ngayon, ang mga prediction ng ilang mga ekonomista natin ay dati okay pa tayo, kumbaga walang asenso, pero hindi naman tayo bumalik. Pero ngayon, dahil sa taas ng petrolyo, ng presyo ng petrolyo, wala tayong magawa. Simple survival pa lang muna ang magagawa natin in the next 2 years of this presidency. Alam niyo yung masama? May mga pamilya dito sa Pilipinas na bunga nitong krisis na ito ay mas-setback. Kumbaga marireclassify, dadami ang mag-self-rated poverty. Sa totoo lang, I mean real talk lang, tingin niyo marami sa atin ay yayaman pa ngayon. Ang ordinaryong mamamayan, hindi mangyayari yan. O posibleng yung mga mayayaman na ay yumaman pa. Kasi sila lang ang may kaya mag-afford ng mga ng mga necessary components para sa negosyo nila o para magnegosyo. Makakapag-umpisa pa nga ang mga mayayaman ng panibagong mga negosyo na masagot yung ilang mga needs natin ngayon. Ang nakikita natin, the poor will get ayuda. The rich, they could get richer. Pero the middle class, we will be paying the taxes but absorbing the burden of the high prices. So aray, di ba? Baka dumami ang self-rated poverty, marami sa mga sa mga middle class will start rating themselves in the poverty level. Sabi ni Beng Flores, puro kayo paninira. Ma'am, paano mo alam na puro? Diba? Araw-araw po ba kayo nakikinig? Kayo po ba ay tambay namin dito? Kung gayon po, maraming salamat. Kasi follower pala kayo o kaya fan. Pero, bakit kayo nagagalit kung puro kami paninira? Kung marami at ginagawa naman ng gobyerno ang kanilang katungkulan, kung ginagawa ng administrasyon ang nararapat para makaahon tayo sa kahirapan o makapag-asenso o kaya hindi maantala ang ating development at pag-aangat o hindi tayo mag-move backwards in terms of economic development, okay lang, kahit anong paninira gawin namin, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang development, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang pag-aangat ng bayan. Ang totoo niyan, kahit anong gawin namin, kung tama ang ginagawa ng administrasyon na ito, hindi namin maaapektuhan yan. Tulad nung ginagawa ninyo nung panahon ni Duterte na puro kritisismo ang inabot niya dun sa mga nasa kabilang panig. Pero naantala ba yung mga proyekto niya? Hindi. Natigil ba siya sa pagbibigay serbisyo? Hindi rin. Ang daming nagrereklamo kahit mga kakampi niyan panahon ng COVID, pero on hindsight, na siya ang nakaahon sa atin yon. So, hindi ko po naiintindihan kung ano yung pakay ng inyong komento. Puro kayo paninira. You say that like it's a bad thing. Bakit? Krimen ba yan? Ha? Hindi naman kami nagla-libel. Pero yung sinatawag mong paninira ay valid criticism sa administrasyon. Hindi niyo po ba alam na bahagi ng obligasyon ng isang mamamayan i-call out ang gobyerno nito pagka hindi ito gumagawa ng maayos na trabaho nila? After all, saan ba nanggagaling ang power ng mga opisyales natin? At saan nanggagaling yung pera na yan? Karapatan namin mag-criticize. Pero yung tinatawag mong paninira, criticism yan. Not only is it valid, it is required at a time when halos bingi-bingihan na itong administrasyon na ito.